driven the car. Now I want to see what it really looks like. Let's go meet Achim. Wow, it looks absolutely stunning. What a car. We're always talking about form follows performance, and now I can see exactly what you mean.
At least in the very beginning, it was only form following performance. What really would happen if we strip a Bugatti Chiron of all its creature comfort and then position the driver quite a bit more extreme and lower in the car, and then almost shrink wrap an exterior around the driver and the technical components and make it an ultra minimal and ultra performant concept. That became the project Bolide. And then when I look at the frontal area of the car, actually all I can see now is form following performance. For the first time, we're streaming the air through the internal part, meaning inside of the front wheels around the main monocoque. So you can see that performance and aerodynamic development dominates the frontal appearance of the car. And when we go around the side, that story actually continues. Raw air into the roof scoop, hot air traveling along the cabin, fresh cool air traveling in this light blue channel towards the intercoolers, and then hot air coming from the water coolers through this enormous negative scoop behind the front wheel, and then cool air again traveling on the bottom into the oil coolers and exiting. So this goes to show how technology and aerodynamic handling really came first, and then we try to find a win-win, how we position the cabin between the wheels, give the car quite a bit more stance, and also apply a bit of Bugatti identity with it, which I hope can be realized.
It is unmistakably a Bugatti, and I can imagine that was not a work of a moment.
Took a moment, but then, it's actually an evolution of the C line of the Chiron. And then compare that to the Bugatti line of the Divo, is quite a bit more sporty. And here you have the ultimate sportiness, on the Bolide, where the Bugatti line becomes super fast and really nice and elongated in proportion.
So what's happening at the rear?
Come on, I'll show you. So you see here that the exhaust was put right in the center of the rear end, therefore allowing the diffuser having maximum performance width. And at the same time, it creates an architecture where everything around the exhaust really is there for extracting hot air from the engine compartment.
I noticed this X theme all over the car. So what's that all about?
That has something to do with the experimental nature of the project. You remember the film The Right Stuff? Chuck Yeager breaking the sound barrier.
Absolutely.
For the very first time. For us, this was a similar approach to this project. This experimental track-focused car with the X graphics all around. But I think the most prominent, you see that on the frontal area. Now this remains probably my favorite view. You see the fuselage really arriving at the crash box, and everything ends with the Bugatti horseshoe here in the front. And then left and right you have this X graphic positioned all the way to the outside of the car, giving ultimate width expression into the exterior shape. And I like the reminiscence, to the classic X graphic over the glass of vintage race cars, which you find repeated here on the frontal graphic, but it also builds a bridge to the glorious days of Bugatti GP racing, in the 1920s and 1930s. This is Louis Chiron with his Type 51 winning in Monaco. And I think it's a wonderful analogy between the secret of success in those days, which was unmistakably the power-to-weight ratio, but it's a similar feeling, and it creates a link that we like very much.
So, can we start it up again?
I was hoping you would ask that.
Hi Andy, and welcome back. So, can you tell me a bit about your experience with the car?
Well, this project is as close as you can get to a real race car. I thoroughly enjoyed the opportunity. It's a great project. Well done, Bugatti.
Thank you very much. We always value your feedback. It's very important to us. Ladies and gentlemen, in my eyes, Bugatti always was and still is striving for perfection. So at the end of the day, it comes down to the fact that we have to exceed the dream of our customers and our fans. The Bugatti Bolide is benchmark for what is technologically possible today. And thanks to the dedication of the Bugatti team, this result could be achieved. And also the dedication to their jobs in general is enabling us so far to achieve another record year in the year 2020, and this despite COVID-19, and I have to say that this car is really a dream. The Bugatti Bolide. Vive la marque!